Hey you, so today we have another review for you, and before we begin this one, if you want to go down there, click the like button, hit the subscribe button and click the notification bell just so you don't miss a video when they drop. And without further ado, let's get on with the review, or jump into the review. So this one is Widowmaker from Overwatch, and I am slowly collecting the entire range. So let's have a look. Now, when I actually first noticed, her visor has fallen off her head. Oh well, let's continue. So we've got the lovely window display. You can see all her items that she has in game that she probably uses. It's licensed by Blizzard. It's number 387. It's Widowmaker Overwatch, and it's for the 10th anniversary. So we've got a lovely picture of Widowmaker. On the back, you've got all the stuff that she can do. I quite like this one now. I've just seen it. I actually think that's really cool. So I wonder what they've got it attached to. And then obviously we've got Widowmaker there. At the top, Widowmaker. And at the bottom, the same picture. So let's open up this bad girl and have a look inside. And here is Widowmaker. I've got to admit, this is actually quite a cool figure. I saw the prototypes and stuff like that coming out, and I was like, oh, I've got to get this. But let's have a look at her face. I really like the blue. It stands out all over. I love the kind of the headset she wears as well. I think that looks really kind of awesome. The purple is really shiny and there's glittery too, which I think is perfect, as well as her arms here, especially the top part, which is definitely shiny and purple, which I think is awesome. Looking here as well, I kind of wish she had armor on this side as well. I think that would be kind of interesting. But again, we see the kind of glittery parts here. Goes all the way down, and then obviously you've just got a skin here around her bust, and then you obviously, I think it's a logo or just basically just the design. I really like this sort of kind of like markings, as they look like tattoos or basically just the way it is, and you're gonna have to lift it up. But you've also got that one there. I don't know what it says, so if you know, let me know down below in the comments. One of the really cool things we've got here is a kind of gauntlet. I really like that. I think it looks awesome, especially with the kind of pink there as well. I think that's awesome. It just really works with the character. Again, I kind of wish she had it on this side too. I think that would have been interesting. But then obviously we've got the kind of where she keeps her weapons here. And again, you got kind of like, I kind of wouldn't say like Metal Gear Solid. I don't know why that kind of pops into my mind. But then also you've got the kind of lines going all the way down her legs. And it's just a really interesting, cool design, I think. So now we come down to her legs, and these, I think they're really cool. Again, Metal Gear Solid just pops into my mind. I don't know why. I just think it's a really nice design. I like the markings here and here. I think they look really cool. And the shoes as well, the kind of like high heels. It works really well, especially the way it's designed. You've got the kind of blue little sharp things here, and you've got them there as well. And I think I just really like the way that this figure is kind of created. Coming to the back of the figure, you see more kind of like I want to say Metal Gear Solid designs, don't know why, but we've got here just kind of like stands out rather than just kind of a normal. It's all raised. I really like it. You've got the kind of, how do I say, like silver working with the grays, and then you've got these like kind of spikes here, if you can see, just there and there, and you've got the ball joints. Now when we look at the kind of like the knee joints here, it's like some of it is shiny, some of it isn't. But it kind of works really well. I don't know why it's all not one color, one or the other. Either it would be shiny would be fine, or even like kind of this normal matte color, I think again would be fine. So one thing I've noticed is just here, this arm goes in like that, but this one doesn't. So I don't know if I've got it in the wrong place or if the joint hasn't actually aligned properly, but it kind of just sticks out for no reason. I really do like the gauntlet design. I really like the kind of the shoulder pad as well. And I really like her hair. It's like very long and whispery. One thing is really cool is the kind of spider on her back. Just the way it looks like it's going into her. It's kind of programming her or something. But also the whole like kind of like the little red mark on there is absolutely cool. Looking at the back, kind of up on the neck brace there is again kind of cyborger-ish, which I kind of like, or cyborgery-ish. It's the word. I really like the kind of the long ponytail as well. I think that stands out quite well. And then we can see the joining of the kind of the tactical goggles at the top, and the hair is kind of like very soft, but it's also kind of like a plasticky feel, which hence it is plastic. But when you look at it, it looks like it would be a plastic, so it doesn't kind of stand out, but it is nice for the figure. So let's do a stress test. So the feet it's just fine. They go up and down. Like so. There's kind of like a click so you can kind of feel. You can't hear it, but you can hit that. Be like, oh, there. That's how far it would go. So, like, absolutely fine. It does feel like when you put it like that, it's gonna like snap or something, or it's just gonna fall off. Legs go around like so. Arm goes up and down. Yep, you can kind of bring it around. That's kind of cool. Arm bends. Bends, just like so. Hand goes round. Arm goes up. Arm goes down. Arm goes all the way around. Bends as normal, and the arm goes around like that. And the head moves up and down. This does come off because as we saw at the very beginning, or if not, you've just seen it now. Head goes round. Torso moves like so, and then the hair can move up and down too. So let's have a look at the many different faces. You only get kind of maybe like 2. So we take this off, and we put a kind of like her main sniper thing on. Like it basically adds a lot more depth to the character. So there's kind of like that. Did I get it on right? Just like that. Kind of, I got it on perfectly, which I kind of think is really cool. Obviously, it's all the kind of brought together, and then we take that off. Add on the second face. So we're going to add this one back on first. See, the face does come out. This might be a thing where I email Figma and say, yeah, it doesn't fit in properly, and then kind of just like that. So it's kind of a hey, I really like that. That's a cheeky wink, even though she's not winking, she's using it to kind of like aim. Oh, that's really cool. I like that one. So let's take that one off. Oh, it doesn't really matter, does it? Let's have a look. Yeah, there's no real main difference. If you add it, it's just that one face. It looks kind of cool. So let's have a look at the weaponry. I really like this sniper rifle. I also like the fact that you can pull it apart just like so. I generally thought you couldn't do this until I had to check in with the instructions. So before we properly do that, let's have a look at how this is. So I really like this blue. I really like this silver. The way that it all kind of like comes apart. It is stunning at the top. It's stunning on all angles, and it's just mainly a great weapon. So when you pull this apart here, as I mentioned, you can add in another part, which is like, I don't know what weapon this is, that you attach it like that to make it shorter. That's kind of cool. I really like that. But to be fair, I'm going to put on this here. This is the better one. You can also, I think, take this off. So it's this, yeah, you can take the scope off, and then you get this kind of little scope thing that just basically attaches in its place. It's just little things like this that you may miss on the figure. Like adding it on to something like that, I think that's a different thing though. But yeah, no, I think, yeah. So it does attach like that, but to be fair, I prefer this. I think that to me looks 10 times better. One thing I do like is that you get this kind of attachment for her arm. So basically it shoots out this really long, like kind of meant to be web, and a grappling hook. Now everybody loves a grappling hook. So we're gonna see what that looks like in a minute. And then you get this kind of like spider bot, which basically love the purple, love the way it is. So it'll be interesting to see how, well, I might play the game and just see what she does with it, because I think that's kind of cool. Yeah, I like that sort of thing. Pretty much, as you can see, that's all it is. It basically attaches so you can have it grappling, so she can swing by If I get a Batman figure, I think I may have them pit against each other for grappling hooks, because, you know, Batman loves grappling hooks. But yeah, I think something like that is a nice little addition to it. There we go, Rangers. There is Widowmaker. I've got to admit, it's one of the nicer Figma Overwatch characters. Now, we've only had, I think, a few. We've had Genji and we've had Tracer. Tracer so far will be my favorite one. This is, I think, my second favorite one, and I'm very much looking forward to others as they come out. Now, I've got to admit, I've not found any problems with this figure, bar the kind of the headpiece that pops up, but apart from that, I think this is a really nice figure. I really like the grappling hook. I think that's a really nice kind of touch to it, and I think that this is a very nice figure in general. Maybe the arm could be slightly better, that it doesn't like kind of randomly stick out as normal, but apart from that, I think it's a nice one. So Rangers, what do you think about Widowmaker? Would you get her, yes or no? Let me know down below in the comments, and give me your thoughts on like which characters do you play in Overwatch. Let me know down below in the comments, and if you've liked this video, like, favorite, comment, and consider subscribing. Hit that notification bell to be notified when more videos drop, and as always, Rangers, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in a bit.